Hello, everyone, and welcome to Twillow Talk. I'm Tanys Coughlan from the Twillow Lifestyle Community, Twillow Lifestyle Academy, and I am joined by my beautiful co-host, Jennifer Jurkofsky of My Holistic Self and Twillow Lifestyle Academy.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, I was just like jamming. I always am. Every time the music comes on, I'm like, in the background. And then it's hard for me to like
come back. Well, we don't have to be serious. Our show is not known for that. So
truth.
It's totally fine.
All right.
So, how are you?
Doing all right.
Today's a week.
Yeah.
It's only Monday.
Well, I was just going to say, today I feel a little bit more grounded than I felt the last few days.
Yes. Well, we're coming out of that full moon.
More than the last few days, but yes.
We'll blame it on the full moon, which was just last week at the end of the week, Friday, and we had Beltane on Friday and all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So, that all affects where we're at. Oh, yes.
Absolutely.
That is true. May the 4th be with you.
And also
welcome, Nalani. Yes, we're having a little bit of we were having quite a laugh before we came on. So, hopefully we can share that with you guys now.
Absolutely.
So in the meantime,
what's our weather?
What is our weather? Let's see. There we are. So you can see we had one M class. So we did have a little bump up there today in the morning, early morning, like middle of the night, kind of early morning. And our KP index is fairly stable. Right? We have some moderate geometric storms happening there. And our Schumann, which was quite active, over the last couple of days. It does seem to be calming down a little bit. We're in around 30 right now. So it is what it is. It's actually, I was saying to Jen, we're only at 30, but we're supposed to be 7.8 hertz. So 30 is still elevated. So if you're feeling it, there's that. And there's also all the downloads of stuff that comes down. The downloads. I know. I don't know. Anyway, downloads of information that comes down. And
or it comes forward.
Yes.
Also, I love the idea of downloads being things that we know would have been covered and that become revealed to us.
Yes. Right. And these neutrinos that Jen is now going to talk about. Bring those out in us.
Neutrinos. So, where are we at? Where's my calendar? As of today, we are entering the gate 2. So the gate 2 is the divine feminine. It is the receptive. It is higher knowing. And the gate 2 energy is moving us from the shadow of dislocation to the siddhi of unity through the gift of orientation. And so what that looks like, or what kind of is being pulled from us this week, is to look at that deep receptivity and directional frequency that's going to govern our relationships with guidance and flow and how we kind of orient in our experience. Mm-hmm. And so, again, this 2 energy, it's not about forcing, right? We've been in this energy that's really been trying to move us towards following, but allowing things to unfold. And so this transit is going to draw our attention to maybe where we feel uncertain or stuck or disconnected from our purpose in order to kind of heighten the tension a little bit between trying to figure out where to go and allowing guidance to arise naturally. So in the shadow of this, the dislocation aspect, there might be a feeling of being lost, right? That's that disconnection from our direction. And so we might feel this energy coming up that for the next few days, well, this week, because it changes on Sunday to Monday of next week, is like, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And we believe in the shadow that we have to figure out the path, right? Mm-hmm. But that the disorientation here actually comes from trying to control everything.
Right.
Right. So if you're feeling confused about your direction, or feeling stuck, or feeling aimless, or feeling like you need to kind of like seek external answers, I think we can sometimes show up as like impatience with uncertainty, or doubting our inner guidance. Right. So if you're in that place where you're like, no, I need to know what I have to do, just take a step back, right? Take a breath and go, okay, wait a minute. This is the shadow aspect of this energy right now. And again, the shadows are never failure, right? They're opportunities. And so this one is allowing us an opportunity to open and to trust, right? And to trust that that guidance is going to come, because that's that gift. Orientation is our alignment with inner guidance. So when I orient with that, I have a quiet sense of knowing. I might not know exactly which way to go, but I know that I'm going to know when I need to make a move, right? And then when that happens, there's going to be a lot more ease in the decision making and trusting life's timing. And so we begin to be able to move without force, right? This is where clarity begins to unfold gradually, and I can let that happen. Right? So it allows us to step into that inner stability, to have a clear direction, to bring in confidence when things are uncertain, right? And to align with our purpose. And that's really what this energy is about, because the siddhi of this unity is really about like oneness with our direction, and recognizing that there isn't even a path or a destination. There's no separation between me and the life that I'm in. So whether I'm in movement or stillness, like it's still one energy. And I know I don't often get into the siddhi with these, because, you know, these are the enlightened states and we ebb and flow out of them. Like our goal is really to sit in the gift and to be able to touch the shadow and to be able to touch the siddhi. But it's such a beautiful thing to be able to take that step back and let life simply be what it is. And when we're dealing with so much going on in the world, like what a beautiful thing to even be able to sit in for a minute, right? To just touch that moment of, it's okay. It just is. And I don't have to fix it. I don't have to change it. I don't have to do anything with it, right? So prompts, journal prompts, things to ask yourself over the next week. Where do I feel uncertain or disconnected from my direction? How can I respond even when I don't know? Right? Where am I trying to force clarity? In that idea of like responding, right? Like, is it okay to say I don't know? Is it okay to say like, I'm going to give you what I think, but I'm not sure, right? Like to just allow for that vulnerability to be there. And then what happens when I allow guidance to arise naturally, right? What does that alignment feel like in my body? So our affirmation for this week: I trust the direction unfolding within me. I allow guidance to arise with ease. In alignment, my path reveals itself.
Very good. So I just do what I'm told. That's basically what it's saying. Go with that.
Yeah. Hey, go with that. I do what I'm told.
By them, though, not just anybody on the street.
Yeah. I think that's the other piece too, right? Like we
That's
so
true.
often are like by them, right? And we're talking about guides and all of that kind of stuff. But ultimately it's still it's that inner truth
Yeah.
that we have, right? Because it's that part of us that is connected to the oneness, that is still a part of source that allows us to go, oh, I do know, right? When I get out of my own way.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why Richard Rudd calls this gate returning to the one.
Nice. So we have someone else joining us. We have Fogo Pogo. Hey, Kaylee. She's work lurking.
Thanks for work.
And this might be what we're feeling.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know
5.7
about that.
Mexico.
So that'll shake up the world a little, right? That often does.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel that all over because we're all on the rock.
Yeah. I think it was last week, we had an earthquake here and it was like 4.0. And it just kept going and going. And I'm like, is that, at first I thought it was like a truck going by or something. And I'm like, no, it's going. Like, yeah. But
I don't think we had that here.
Well, yeah, all throughout I don't say this right, but the Uzue, they had
Utaway.
Yeah, I had a talking to by my eldest and a friend over the weekend who are French, and apparently it's the anglicized Udaway.
Is that appropriate?
I don't say it right anyway, so it doesn't matter. Y'all know what I mean. Well, those of you in the area know what I mean. Anyhow,
Melanie says she can feel it.
Yeah.
And I guess the one last week was it was closer to Almont, Quebec side, so didn't feel it here in Ottawa. Yeah. Okay, I mean, it's quite possible I could have missed it because it can happen if you're busy doing something else, and it's not a big one. But it sounds like that was a larger one. So
yeah, I remember one other really large one that we had though, and I was driving at the time. And driving, you don't feel it really at all unless like something breaking.
It's true. Yeah. It's true. Very cool. So what are you guys up to today? What's everyone doing?
How y'all feeling? Yeah, earlier today I was on with Gerald.
Yes. How did that go?
For a laugh and learn, and we were continuing to talk about dysregulation, and it was a fantastic conversation, and we were talking about dysregulation and how to navigate that for empaths and for sensitives. So if that is you, which I would assume it is if you're here, because that's what that's what we do.
We talk a lot about that.
Then it's the talk with Gerald was awesome. Thank you, Kaylee. It was a really good chat, and everybody who joined us contributed so many really great thoughts. So yeah, and I think it's such an important thing right now, especially when we look at the energy that we're stepping into, this idea of dislocation. It's grounding, right? How do I regulate in the midst of all of this? Because everything that's happening is going to cause me to feel like dislocated. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how I'm going to handle this. And one of the things that we talked about on the show was this idea that, for those of us who are getting all of these intuitive insights, all the downloads, all the stuff, right? There's so much information coming in. So all of that, plus all of the collective stuff, plus our stuff, plus the community stuff, plus our family stuff, plus our ancestral stuff, and whatever past life stuff might actually be coming in, like all of the stuff, and our nervous system's going, I don't know what to do with any of this, right? And so we don't know sometimes like how to allow ourselves to integrate. So that's really what we were chatting about. So.
Very nice. Very nice. Kaylee says she just finished working and she's excited for tonight. Awesome. So for those of you that don't know, if you are in the Ottawa area, we are having Enlightenment Evening tonight. So that's our monthly gathering that we have, and looking forward to that as always. It's lots of fun.
Very, very lovely.
So I don't know what we should talk about today. What do you want to talk about? What do you feel called to talk about? I'm seeing
Well,
galactics in my head, but I don't know if that's what you want to talk about today.
yeah, what's actually interesting, so I was, with the card, because again, like, and I write on it, and I was saying how Richard Rudd says it's about returning to the one. And so for those of you who don't know, Tanys and I were on live on Saturday night with Beyond Being Human, and experiencers talk. And so throughout, like, people were talking about their different experiences and what was coming forward, the way that they interpret those experiences, all that kind of stuff. And I had a poem come through about the one, or the oneness, or the allness that I shared. And so that just came to mind as we were.
Why don't you share it again?
So I was thinking maybe I would share that with you guys.
That would be lovely.
Okay. And it's called I Remember the One. I remember before the name, before the form, before the fracture of light, I was the all. Endless, edgeless, a silent song without a singer, and I chose, oh, I chose to become. To ripple into many, to scatter into stars, to forget just enough to feel. I am Lyran breath, wild, golden, origin fire. I am Syrian tide, deep ancient keeper of sacred flow. I am Mintakan light, clear as memory before the fall. I am Arcturian vision, geometry singing itself into form. I am draconian flame, fierce, sovereign, primordial will. I am different faces, one essence, different songs, one voice. I am the many remembering the one. And I came here, to earth, to density, to gravity, to the exquisite weight of a body that aches and laughs and longs. Here time drips, moments vanish. Everything I touch pretends to end. But I remember. I remember the infinite inside the temporary, the eternal inside the breath, the whole inside the fracture. This is the paradox I carry. I am everything, and I am this. I am bound, and I am mukta, free beyond form. I walk in duality, holding unity like a sacred sun in my chest. And love. Love is the choice I make again and again and again. Not because it is easy, but because it is true. I choose love in the shadow. I choose love in the forgetting. I choose love when I cannot see the one in front of me until I can, until I do, until I remember that every face is my face, every heart is my heart, and every being a doorway back to the all. And so I am here, stardust in skin, infinity in form, the one, pretending to be separate, just long enough to love its way home.
Beautiful. I missed that part because I was in the washroom on the weekend, so that was lovely. Beautiful. What did you guys think? It's very nice. Will you be posting that somewhere or putting it out there somewhere? Or are you starting a book of those kinds of things?
I actually do sometimes post the poems on my blog, on my website. So I could do that. And if you guys want, I can, maybe I'll post it on Facebook or something. I don't know. You guys tell me what you want.
It's lovely.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. I mean, that speaks to how we're tapping into all those different qualities from those lifetimes and bringing them forward, right? As we start to remember.
Yeah. Well, and we're bringing in like so much of the energies all of the time. And I think that we get so caught up sometimes in, how we've talked about the idea of, I have all the emotions happening inside me all at once.
Mm. Those are fun days.
They are. Oh, aren't they though? But I think it does speak to that too, because we have, all of these experiences, and, we were on different sides of the experiences even sometimes.
Yeah.
And, we don't always know, like, I've had those moments where I'm feeling, both sides of something and going, what do I want to do with this?
Yeah.
How do I want to navigate this?
Yeah. Oh, Kaylee's having one of those days.
Mm-hmm.
Managing, doing lots of grounding. Yeah. It is. It's true. How do we manage that, right? I mean, I guess you spoke about that a lot on Gerald's show this afternoon, how to manage that. But the way we are multi-dimensional beings, and that's something it took me a while to understand when I first started stepping into this. Like, how can we be multi-dimensional beings and be able to step into all these different timelines and all these different lifetimes at any given moment? Like, it's pretty amazing what we can actually do in terms of drawing the energy back to utilize in this life. And I think that's the whole purpose of our lifetime here this time, in many ways, is to bring some of those energies here that we need from other lifetimes. And we've talked about that with your book before. Being like, we have some of that stuff happening here on Earth. It was happening. So for those of you that don't know, it's Jen wrote a book, Lyran Legacy, and it's about our experience in the during the Draconian Wars, or the Galactic Wars. So those things, the skills, the understanding that we had there is something that we can use a lot in this lifetime with everything that's happening. There's many similarities, and many of us from that lifetime that were working towards peace and all of that in that lifetime are here again. Our roles are very different, but I think that the energy that was required at that time is certainly the energy that we're bringing forward in this one to support those ideas, I guess, or concepts, theories here. I mean, I know that's where Lead with Love is coming from, is from that lifetime.
Because that was our whole way of being, and it needs to be again.
Yeah. So the other part of what I didn't say was that Jen was Lyran. I was Pleiadian in that lifetime, and so our lives were very different from what they are here. So, but we have many memories of that particular lifetime. We have memories of many of them, but that one has lots of great memories. It was a beautiful one.
Beautiful ones, yes, absolutely.
It has some very sad ones as well, but it's, I have lots of beautiful ones from that one too. So
yeah, and I think that it's, some of that remembering, it has been hard in the sense that, we have to process it. And so, to what like we were saying, we were talking about with Gerald, and that like those things that come back, they're just more things that are adding to what we need to process and what our nervous system needs to deal with and all of that kind of stuff. But then as we notice that too, and I know we've talked about this before with different lifetimes, we actually get to go, oh, so this thing that I deal with, or this kind of maybe trigger or thing that shows up for me, even may not have anything to do with this lifetime. And so heal it in that other lifetime. And that allows me to release that energy so that it's not, coming at me anymore in the same way. I'm able to go, oh, okay, I've healed this aspect of this other lifetime. And now I'm going, I can face this now in a very different light with different energy.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's something that both of us find rewarding with our clients when we do sort of that past life healing work.
Mm-hmm.
It's because it can make a huge difference. I mean, it has for me in many, many ways. So I know that my clients have had wonderful releases by doing that kind of work, and I'm sure yours have as well, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a powerful body of work to go into that. So,
yeah,
it requires you going in with an open mind and thinking, okay, this is a story. What do I need to heal from the story so that you're not, because some of the lifetimes are not so good, so you can get kind of caught up in them. But, that's part of the working through, though, managing the energies.
Absolutely. But I think this is where, too, this idea of dislocation comes in. Right? I get too caught up in the energy of this other, right? I might not feel good here. I might not feel, right? I might feel that pull. And we, like you said earlier, we are multidimensional beings. And so we do have all of these different things coming in. But it's so interesting, like with the two energy, because the gate 2 is in the sacral. It's in the G center, moving to the sacral. And the G center is all about our energy. I'm getting all twisted up. So our G center is all about our love and direction and identity. And the sacral is about the energy to move, right? And so if I have that 2 right now, everybody has it because it's in the transit. So it's lit up. And if, we're sitting in that energy and going, who am I right now in this? Right? It's about being able to find that orientation. Like this all has to do with that direction piece, dislocation to orientation. And so I'm allowing myself to kind of take that step back. And if we're working through other lifetimes and all, there are moments where that can be very disorienting. Right? And I go, I don't
Definitely.
Where am I right now? What is happening? And if you happen to have that sacral 14, right, then the full channel is there, and you might be feeling like some shifts that come up because of this, and that's all normal and natural, and we're meant to work through this stuff. But it can be difficult to navigate sometimes, especially if we don't normally have consistent access to the energy.
Oh, one of my lights just went out. I was going to turn this up a little bit. I think it burnt out. Oh, well.
Oh, my.
Backups. It's okay.
We make it work. We do.
Yeah. So I know that and of course we often, when we're doing this work, we have the ones that are difficult that come up, because those are the ones that we carry the heaviness with, and it is that sort of disorientation with it, because you bring that back and you're like, but I'm not going through that right now, but I am going through that right now because I'm remembering this. And so because we remember it, I think, our body and our brain, they don't always know that if we're thinking something, that it's not happening to us at the moment. Right? So we tend to have it go, which is how we can do the healing in the way that we can. But we tend to have the sort of overall OMG of it happening.
Yeah.
Which is the overwhelming piece.
Yeah. And we do get into a little bit of the OMG.
A few other words I could use for that, but OMG is healthy for here.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Kiara. It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining us.
Welcome. Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
what are some of your past lives that you've had, you guys, that you have done work on? Is there any questions about that, about past lives that you'd like to? I mean, not that we're going to go into past life readings right now. That's not what I mean. But if you have something that you are wondering about in terms of how do I deal with this thing that came up for me?
Yeah.
That kind of
Or
question.
even, sometimes there might be something that's coming up and we go, the mind can't place it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I have this fear, or I have this discomfort, or I have this thing that shows up in my experience, and I don't really know like where it came from, right? I don't know why this keeps coming up for me, right? Those are often like key signs that maybe there is something in our ancestral line that's triggered this, or another lifetime that's triggered it. Yeah. We've got a comment there. Oh. Okay. You're muted, Tanys. I don't know why you're muted.
Weird. Okay. I had a dream. I think it was a past life, but not sure who I would have been. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. That happens too. Sometimes we're just seeing like what's happening around us, but we don't necessarily know what's going on for us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Is the dream upsetting, Kira? Is that what you're finding? And Hypnicity says, I found out I worked with Merlin and Madame Blavatsky in past lives. I think it has to do with healing.
Nice.
We worked with Merlin too. Yes, we had some of that experience as well. Sometimes it's healing, sometimes it's the alchemy piece.
Yeah.
I've had past life memories of working with him and doing healing, but also the alchemy of making a poultice and taking that to somebody, right, to heal them. So there were two people I felt the emotions of in the dream. Not disturbing at all, just wish I knew which one I was in the dream. Ah, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Hello. How are you, Sundrak? Welcome.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us.
Well, and it's interesting when we remember a dream, right? Because I know we've talked before about like having a memory of it and then kind of being, like, okay, what does this mean? Or what am I supposed to do with it now? And so, in that case where you have the memory of, when you have the memory of something or feelings of something in a dream, kind of just tapping into like what is coming up for me with both, right? So if it's a past life, you may find that you feel more like drawn or connected to one over the other. Whereas if it's, a dream that we're working through something, we're going to feel deeply connected to both, right? So that is a way to kind of, check in with ourselves and see.
Yeah, definitely. Melanie says, I believe Saint Germain and the Merlin are the same entities.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
Interesting, indeed.
Very cool. They're both definitely very loving, although Merlin could be a little
not loving.
Yeah, we'll go with that. He had his faults.
I mean, you know, we're all humans. We do what we do, but yes.
Yes. Whoops. Analytical. Yes, and mischievous.
Mm-hmm.
That a little tiny bit of chaos in there, you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Too in his mind? Sometimes. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I love that you guys are filling in some like options there. Oh, you thought my
You thought
glasses?
your glasses were horns?
They're really
they
a headband. They just hold my hair back.
Are they horn rimmed at least?
Well, now let's just, you know, right?
Yeah, those are not
extra
horn rimmed,
a
but
little
yes.
extra, but not like the big extra going on.
Yeah. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of that mischievous that we were talking about earlier coming through.
We're tapping into his energy because, you know, he's probably present, no doubt. So. Anybody else work with Merlin? I know he's around me a lot.
Anything from that time period.
Yeah. Sisterhood of the Rose, you know, all of that mystical stuff. Jen and I were there, so we have memories of one version of that.
Yeah.
Because, of course, there are multiple timelines, right?
Absolutely.
So we may have been with you in one and maybe not. 2 lives at least, yeah. One is a student, one is a dragon. Jen did some of the dragon thing too.
One life.
She liked to go back and forth.
A student and a dragon. Oh my.
Yeah. That was an interesting one.
Yeah, we could share. I actually shared about that one.
I don't think we have. No.
I mean, we've talked so much about the
Lyran one.
Lyran and Pleiadian. But yeah, I know that we've shared about that one.
So we can share about it, but I do want to do because there are many people that feel that they were in these lifetimes. And I want to, you know, we might have all been these people because there are so many different lifetimes, so many timelines, right? Yeah. So just because we identify with a specific one doesn't mean there aren't others out there. No. I just want to preface that if we're going to talk about this one, because it is one that's a bit more known, I guess, or high profile, I suppose.
I think this is a really important topic across the board. You know, because we live in a world that is made to experience all the experiences in every way, right? So even to the poem that I shared, right? Part of the idea of that is that we are the one that's coming here to experience. And so we will have an experience of an archetypal energy, right? Even angels. Like if we actually trace it back, everybody is going to feel an association to an angel energy because we are, right? We are part of that. So we're going to feel a connection to it. If we look at it, it doesn't mean that I am that and nobody else is that. Right? Because that energy, the energy is consistently, you know, splitting and sharing and changing and moving, and where we may have two, like Tanys and I could have a lifetime where we were two different people within a lifetime. We could have a lifetime where we were the same person in different timelines of that energy, right? So all of that is possible, which is so important because it's not competition. It's not one is better than the other. It's not that my experience is right and your experience is wrong. It very much is we all have all of the experiences.
Yeah.
In different ways, in different forms.
Yeah. So having said that, that was an interesting lifetime for us. We were in the same timeline together in that lifetime. And I have memories of being Morgana Le Fay from the Arthur lifetime. I'm going to put that out there. A lot of my students and stuff know, but I have not put that out on here. So some of my first memories were in the pharmacy, or like, it wasn't a pharmacy, but it was like this stone kitchen with all the herbs and stuff on the wall. The apothecary, that's the word I'm looking for. Thank you. Yes, the apothecary of the castle. I had a memory of running down one of the round turret stairwells into this apothecary and grabbing stuff and making a poultice. And in doing that, I was in like a purple robe. I looked like the depictions that they have of her as well. And I ran back up the stairs. I later had another memory of the continuation of that, where I was actually making that for King Arthur, because for the gut wound that eventually killed him. And have memory of putting it in there, having Merlin there, and you know, there was drama because, you know, it was that lifetime, and doing that work. So that was one of my first memories. And then I've had numerous ones. And Jen did a past life recall thing on me, or past life reading, or experience, regression. I'm really having trouble with words with this. Words. Help me word. Okay. Help me word. Okay. So word. I'm pretty sure that's how people hear me when they're not meant to hear me. Okay. Because you know, we're not for everybody. So I'm pretty sure that happens sometimes. Anyway. It's all good. Yes. So I have memories of that. And then it goes way further. Like I have memories of like playing leapfrog in the courtyard with Arthur. I have memories of the Sisterhood of the Rose. I have memories of a Beltane Great Rite ceremony. I have, you know, memories of seeing my son taken away. That was a pretty hard one to remember, and that kind of thing. And then Jen, we did a past life regression. Oh, I'm wording now. See that? Okay. And then, and in that, I was having a memory of having a staff and walking into the water and basically hitting my staff because this big black swirl was coming around me, and I'm like, no. And then this white dragon comes out. And why don't you tell what you were experiencing? Because we had like a joint experience when we were having this.
Yeah, regression. It was wild. I was thinking I was just going to view it, but then all of a sudden I'm under the water and I am swirling in the water and I feel trapped and I feel stuck and I'm like, I can't get out of the water, as Tanys is going, I feel this thing around me in the water, and she's like getting ready to do the no, and I'm like, no, it's me, I need your help.
Yes, right? But it did end up helping.
Yeah. It was such a neat thing to be able to be in the energy. I mean, we've had things where we've like seen things together and all, but to really get pulled in so much that, as you know, Tanys is like, oh, this thing is swirling around me, and I'm like, no, don't destroy me.
Yeah, but I don't think that was ever the intent. It was to destroy the darkness.
Like the dark, but that was it, because you were seeing it as darkness, which I think was part of. So what had come as it was unfolding was somebody had put like a curse on me. And so I was appearing as this like darkness, but that wasn't who I was. And we were actually friends.
Mm-hmm.
In that lifetime, I associate with the energy of Nimue, who was Lady of the Lake, also called Vivienne. Again, timelines. Let's notice
Timelines.
this, right?
Yep.
And so we look at that and go, okay, cool. Like I recognized in that moment that something had happened, that I'd had this curse put on me. So she was seeing me as something other than what I was, because she wasn't seeing the white dragon. She was seeing darkness,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so we had to, like, come together, and then she helped, she cleared it. I was able to come out. I was still in that dragon form. And then it was neat because we also realized at that moment we had to go. Right?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
and so
I was being summoned.
so I flew her to Merlin, which was like
Because I was
right?
needed for something. I don't know what it was, but
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then was able to change back and everything was fine again. But it was that kind of, moment of, oh, right. And I've always had a deep fascination with that story and that time
Me
and
too.
all of that, but I didn't connect as to why. I also have always had a deep connection with water and being near it, in it, growing up being, we would go to the shore a lot, and I would just sit with my feet in the water. I just always wanted to be near the water. And so it was just
Lady of the Lake here.
fascinating
Yeah.
to like have that come through and to have that come through together.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, and I think that's what's been so fascinating for our journey together, is because so many of these things have come forward when we're together and we get this kind of joint experience happen. I remember one of my first experiences with the past life recall. It wasn't my first, but it was one of the early ones. I was with a friend, and he was saying he had something going on with his back. So I was doing some energy work, and he leaned up against his wall. And all of a sudden, when he did that, we were no longer in his basement where we had been. We were in this apothecary room that I had the other vision for. It's like an old time kitchen, right? With this big table and everything. And he was leaning on a mantle instead. And the weird part was that he was seeing it as well. So we were like going back and forth, describing it back and forth, which is what Jen and I have done numerous times with this. And I ended up like he had a wand stuck in his auric layers in the back. And when I took it out, he like knew what it was, put his hand out to grab it. And then all of a sudden I, did the energy work to seal up his aura again. And we were both back in his basement. Both of us standing there looking at each other like, what was that? That was an OMG moment. What just happened?
Yeah.
And so I know you and I have had those experiences many times as well. Our ancient Greek lifetime was like that as well.
Oh, and the way that one has unfolded has been,
oh my goodness. Yeah, that was a very upsetting one for both of us. And I don't know how much I want to go into detail on that, but it was upsetting. It was like you have to remember it was ancient times, and basically I was forced to do something that I didn't agree with at all, but I was put in a situation where it was like untenable. Like
it was a lose-lose situation. There was no
really was
around it. But what was fascinating, I think, more than anything, like originally when we first had the memory come through, it was just like one scene, and it was like when that kind of all came to fruition. But then through different things happening, different events, different experiences, it began to unfold, and we realized how we got there. Like how we ended up in that no-win situation. And then we also realized that some of the even tension that we've experienced but didn't understand where it was coming from between us, like how it actually was connected to that lifetime.
Yeah.
And so as we were able to heal that lifetime, that area of tension was able to dissolve because we didn't have to hold on to that anymore. Like we were able to heal it, which I think is probably the most important piece of any of this, right? Like
Yeah.
to
Exactly.
know it is to know it. Like it doesn't,
it's a story, really, right?
right?
Yeah.
But when we're able to step into it and go, oh, that's why I feel this energy, whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's showing up. Oh, okay. Like I understand now this has nothing to do with anything I'm feeling right now. I don't feel that energy off of you right now. This is all coming from this other lifetime.
Yeah.
Right? Like it just allows for so much more understanding and then freedom.
Yeah.
Right? Because we talk about like even, in the show we were talking about like with the dysregulation and stuff, part of what ends up happening is that we have an experience and then things start to get filtered through that experience, right? If it's not put away in our mind, it becomes a filter for us. And so, even other lifetimes can be filters for us and we don't even know that that's what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we can, so Jen and I were married in that lifetime. So that's why there was this dynamic that happened between us in that lifetime. Just so that people understand that, because we were very vague. But we were on purpose. You don't need to know all the details, but it was a very rough lifetime and very sad. And so it was that sadness that we had brought forward. And we had a very difficult marriage in that lifetime. Yeah. For various reasons that were not all us in the lifetime. It was very much circumstance based.
Yeah. And decisions that we made because of the circumstances that we were in. And, and I'm sure if we, traced it back, there might have been other situations and lifetimes that played into that one being what it was.
It's true. Yeah.
But that was the core one that needed the healing. And so that was the one that was given to us. And I think that's the other piece about going into past lifetimes. We don't have to know all of them, right? Like we talk about, okay, let's go into the Akashics. I want to figure it out and all of that. But there's not really a purpose in each lifetime for knowing all of the other ones. There's certain ones that are significant to this life.
Yeah.
Right. And
that's why we talk about the galactic one, because it's quite specific that the knowledge is needed in this life.
Absolutely.
But not all of them.
No. And I think that's the piece too, right? Like the mind loves to know stuff. It likes
to fill in the blanks.
All the details and to fill in all, and it doesn't care if it's real or true or right or whatever. It likes to play in that arena. Right. Yeah. And so we can get, very caught up in, I want to know more, but to know the significant ones and then to be able to work with that, like ideally that's what we do so that we can continue to heal. Right. Because you think about, we talk about like contracts and the things that we plan before we come here and all that kind of stuff. Right. And it's not the way our brain thinks about it. Right. It's not like I was up there going, all right, I can suffer this much about this thing. And I think I could maybe handle that much suffering on that thing. But I'm not, that's not a suffering I want to do. No, we're not. We're not.
And it's not, here's the pen sign. It's not like that.
Right. Because in that space, we are in the allness.
Yeah.
Things aren't good. They're not bad. They're not right. They're not wrong. It's like, these are experiences, and these are the experiences that I want to have unfold in this lifetime. And I want to allow this experience from this lifetime to bleed through into that one so that I can heal this area. And I want to, right? Like there's such a deeper understanding that it's not even like our brains really don't grasp like how beautiful that actually is, because we get down here and we go, higher self, what on earth were you thinking? Like, what were you doing? And higher self,
I can't even tell you how many times I've said that.
You're fine. You'll get through this. Don't worry about it. It's all good.
Like, yes, I'm pretty sure my higher self rolls their eyes at me a lot. I'm kidding. But it is fascinating how that stuff shows up for us. And I am a proponent of, like, when I take people through that process, it's like, show them what they need to know right now for what it is, right? We're not going in to delve into all of the lifetimes. That's kind of not how it works, but it's what is it that I need to heal right now? And is there a past life that I can see that will help support me through the healing in this life for that? That's really the whole part of doing it.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Yeah. And to be honest, like, if there is something that we're meant to deal with, we're dealing with it. Right? We might not realize it's past life stuff, but we're dealing with it.
And there's so much coming up right now. I think that's part of the fatigue that we're all feeling as well, because this is a pivotal lifetime and we're needing to clear a lot of the energies that we had in past lives. And so to do that, we are processing it, even if it's not at a conscious level. And, you know I do a lot of processing in my sleep. And so that's really, a lot of people do, I think, do the processing in their sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, so, we do a lot in our sleep.
Mm-hmm. So we did have a couple of messages too.
Yeah, I want to read
that I don't want to miss. So, and then I guess it's almost time.
Mm-hmm.
So Sun Dragon says, I have a dream once of my older self visiting me as a younger self. And when I actually reached that age, I dream traveled again to the same scene, only this time I was the older self.
Oh my goodness.
That's awesome.
That's so incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. And then he says, there was a message to younger self delivered in both dream events to know of things to come, which all happened in the span of 10 years. So legit messages sent through time of things that did play out. That's beautiful.
Wow.
Amazing.
Thank you so much for sharing that. I have like goosebumps.
Yeah, me too. Me too. That's awesome.
It's really incredible what we have the ability to do that we have no idea that we have the ability to do. And then we have an experience like that and it's like, wow, how amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he says, really there is such a thing as too much information too soon. Mm-hmm. Need to know basis. Yes, exactly. Oh, there. Yeah, it's yeah.
Yeah, we can get bogged down with information overload, and our brain is so good at it, right? Especially line 1 energy. I'm a deep diver. That's human design stuff, but I am a deep diver. I will go right in, and I want to know all the things. And I, my line 3 that wants to play with is like, let's rein it in a little. Like, let's just have some fun with this for now and see where this takes us, and then we can deep dive again. And I'm like, oh, I gotta keep that in check.
I don't think I have that one. Oh, maybe I do. I do tend to do some of that, but not to the extent that you do. I'm like, oh, look at that. Oh, wait, look at that. Look at that one. Look at that one. Cool. Where Jen's like, ooh, look at that.
Yes, and then it's a very focused, whoa, right? And then eventually I stop and do something else and then come back to it. But yes. All right, so I did pull our home play.
Yes, please.
So again, Seeds from the Sacred Feminine. And it is time to make a sacred space.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. So, has the mundane been taking its toll on your well-being? Empower yourself in some quiet reflection and ceremony. You are a sacred being, and the gift of your attention can create sacred space anywhere. You have already created a sacred space. If you have already created a sacred space, spend some time sitting in silence and communing with your ancestors. If this is a new idea for you, build a sacred space now. Maybe create an altar of special cloth, tokens, stones, and gifts that you have collected on your journey. Or make a medicine bundle of feathers, sage, and a rattle that travels with you. Or maybe you can honor the 4 directions and sit in the center of a sacred circle on the floor. Be still and enter the realm of the sacred feminine. Enter the womb of creation. The sweat lodge is a womb-like structure built to connect with our sacred mother who dwells in the great mystery. It is a sacred space to sing and pray. Choose to sing and pray right now, grandchild. When you endow your life with the sacred meaning, your life becomes meaningful.
Beautiful. Find me in my circle a couple times a day. He says, love that card.
Mm-hmm.
Just deep clean my altar.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yes, your sacred space can just be with somebody specific, right? Or your cats.
And cats are sacred beings. So
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely a sacred space.
Descendants from the Lyrans. So what have we got going on this week?
Well, like I said, I was on with Gerald at 2 today. So if you missed that, you can go to my YouTube page or Gerald's YouTube page, and you'll be able to see that show. And that was really a wonderful talk about dysregulation and kind of how to navigate that as an empath or sensitive. And then I think that's it until
definitely.
the Holistic Healing Fair. Oh, I know. Isn't it so healing? Oh,
yes, indeed.
Yes. They're definitely little Reiki or
they
energy
are.
masters.
So I am actually doing an introduction to the yoga teacher training tomorrow night. So if anyone's interested in that, I'm doing that with, of course, Jacqueline Richards, who is the lead of the yoga division or school or branch. So she's doing that tomorrow, and I will be with her at 7. And then Kaylee and I, Fogo Poco, and I are doing another Sacred Arts and Crafts night on Wednesday. So come out and see that. We're going to play with color and its meanings and sacredness. And what else have we got going on? I guess that's it. I mean, I'm speaking somewhere on the 7th, but it's a private thing, so that's different. But Jen and I are both going to be at the Holistic Healing Fair on Saturday coming up. So we've got a busy week with prep work and whatnot.
So if you are local in Ottawa, come and see us. It's free to go into the Holistic Healing Fair. It's at the Nepean Sportsplex. We will have our tables together. That is always the request.
Yes.
And Vanessa, who runs the show, is very good at making sure that happens. And it would be wonderful to see you in person if it's possible. So.
Absolutely. So come and join us. And I think it's the first 30 get free gifts or something like that. So,
you
be
get
there early.
grab bags.
The grab bags with all sorts of fun stuff. Yes, 10 o'clock. So come and join us there. And, we've got lots of stuff coming up. So stay tuned because there's lots of moving parts right now. It's a busy time, but it's wonderful and it's magical. And so we thank you all for joining us. Final thoughts, Jen? Oh, thank you, Sundragon.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, all that's coming through actually right now is just like a whole lot of love. I'm just feeling this kind of energetic hug. And so I just want to share that with all of you. So I know I can't actually hug you, but I'm just
let's just do a hug.
That is really what I'm feeling right now. It's just that deep energetic hug.
So we're sending you so much love.
Mhm.
And, we'll see you back soon. We have, of course, Twillow Talk again next Monday. So come back and join us. And we wish you all the best. Don't forget to like and subscribe, please, so you know when we're on. Because we are doing like readings and stuff, but we're not always advertising them. Sometimes we just
really advertise them because it's one of those like, we should do that. Oh, yeah, we should do that. Well, I feel like doing it now. Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. So make sure you like and subscribe. So that way you get notified. All right? When we're on doing readings. And take care, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye now.